politicians, and that's hit them in the pocketbook.
Yeah, that's true.
We've got a $370 million school bond election coming up this spring.
Yeah.
We've got the convention center. They want $70 million. I'd vote it all down just to send a message.
Yeah.
Because they're not listening to us.
Don't make me kick your ass.
Damn!
Weren't you the Penguin in Batman Part 2?
I have one last thing to say.
Okay.
Can you, like, strip naked and dance around like a fucking...
I would just like to thank you for taking my call, number one. And number two, you should go fuck yourself.
And,
I'm all right. I wanted to discuss some of these ethics charges against Newt Gingrich.
Go right ahead.
They said that first he was going to come out and admit some of what he had done. I guess they called it a plea bargain. Kind of come out and try to get himself a little bit less time for some of the charges that were against him, trying to discuss his penis.
There's one thing I did get to catch in my youth, and that was watching public access shows and C-SPAN call-in episodes. There's something hardly magical about seeing someone take time and effort on a publicly available cable service and just doing something so random with little to no return or even money back on the deal. Given that you can nowadays just make a GoFundMe or Patreon from the most dumbest stuff possible. These publicly funded shows could be talking about Star Trek, to politics, to, well, even game reviews. But there was one very interesting thing about public access shows. And it's the prank calls.
Is really another type of child care with entertainment thrown in.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. Beautiful day for a neighborhood.
I hope the rain quits pretty soon. We'll go out and get a little sunshine, masturbate in the sun.
I just got this one knob and I leave it alone and that's it.
Self-destruct button, I don't know. Make sure that the switchboard is the only knob you play with.
Sometimes it's just simple jokes like this.
The pants, and the guys don't. But personally, every once in a while, I like to wear panties and bras and little lacy things because it's kind of fun.
And then when you hit C-SPAN, it's pretty much just a bunch of penis jokes.
But about the Romney situation, I actually think the attacks are the best thing that could happen for Romney. The best type of attacks that could happen whatsoever for Romney because they highlight his business experience. You go to the exit polls in New Hampshire, you see what they're voting for him for. They're voting for him because they care about the economy, because they care about winning the election, and they're voting for him because of his huge penis.
To just flat out horrid, albeit howling funny stuff like this.
Wow. Do you have anything that could cure the mud chops you have? They look like a big hairy pussy on your face.
But the sad thing lately is that public access has kind of moved onto the internet, such as platforms like YouTube and Twitch. Though, in all honesty, Twitch is just nothing but saying which e-whore can break the TOS fastest, with Twitch taking advantage of it with horny teenagers because they just don't want to switch to being a softcore porn site. Though, unlike public access channels on cable TV, I don't need to look at the algorithm on YouTube constantly throwing content and brain rot farm channels at me.
They make a man offended toward and lay a snare. They try to trip a nigga up like me, because I ain't following Whitey's rules.
I feel that's the pathway Allah sent me the message because ever since I was a little boy, I would always say, for instance, with my right hand, I would eat my food, brush my teeth, and then with my left hand, I would jerk off and wipe my ass.
First of all, I'm going to show you some tips on how to be a player. You got to be suavonaire. You got to get you some rings. You got to get you an afro pick. You got that.
Wait, what kind of ring do I have to get? Because I have a cock ring. Is that going to work?
Oh. What kind of ring?
A cock ring. You never heard of that?
No, what kind of ring is that?
Okay, it goes around your...
Oh! But, however, you can go through YouTube and even find these crazy recordings of these public access shows somehow still preserved on YouTube for us. It's wild seeing people in the past actively doing these shows just because they can, and it reminded me of the early days of YouTube. The problem with modern platforms such as Twitch, YouTube, or any other video sharing sites is that most streams are curated and policed pretty well.
Hey,
how do you become a professional wrestler? Because, you know, I'm a pretty big guy. I want to do it. I used to wrestle in high school. I got my own move. It's called the cock blocker.
Okay.
I pick you up.
I think these guys will be related.
Let's see one of these things here. Okay, I got it. Hello. Hello, gentlemen. I was wondering if you three would donate some of your pubic hair. You see, I'm making a pubic hair quilt out of pubes I find off of public toilets. Will you donate? Signed, Angela Wise, Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. I'll donate.
The underlying issue with a lot of modern messengers and calling programs is that they're designed to make sure crank calling or trolling is pushed out, with mods in the apps and programs making sure you're deafened or just flat out booted out before you can make a prank call.
And I'm talking about homosexual lifestyles. I was delivered from something like that. See, I was delivered from something like that 12 years ago. I was a prostitute.
You're on the air.
Yes, hello. I agree with the caller about how other callers are calling in being very rude. But also that caller before, she can go fuck herself because I'd like to slap her tits up.
Islamic Talk Live, you on the air?
Hey,
Yeah.
you're talking about condoms, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I hate condoms. I'll tell you that. I used them a couple of times, but so I just don't like them because it's not right. Usually what I do is I just like to pull out and shoot my load on their tits. And
Are you laughing, biatch? You find it funny? You find it funny?
With the switch to streaming platforms and YouTube and Twitch, public access is shrinking and dwindling. And it's sad to see such a weird thing go the way of the dodo. I'll miss the time and effort people have put into these little projects, even if it ends up just them getting prank called into people saying penis over the phone multiple times. Hopefully, YouTube and Twitch can possibly be a proper place for these little gems of media entertainment. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say about the subject of public access channels and cable TV prank calls. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video if I'm not a lazy clown.
Good morning, Swap Shop.
Hello, hola. Hola, amigo. I want to...
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand you, and call back and talk American. I'm an American lady, and I don't understand.